Hey Luma, uh, hope you are doing well. If you can let me know if you can hear me okay, I would very much appreciate it. Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know. Um, I am working with my with my new setup today, so I'm still getting a little used to that. Having two screens instead of one. Um, which I won't deny it's definitely nice having the two screens. So I can have the stream on one side and keep an eye on the chat and have my art program open on the other one, so it just makes it a little easier to see what's going um, on both ends. So yeah. But how are you doing today, Luma? Well, that's good to hear. Um, I'm glad that you're doing well. I am working on a commission for Amy today, which it's already been sketched out, and I had Amy's approval, both for the sketch and also letting me stream it. So that's what I will be working on tonight. And if I happen to finish this one before quitting time, I have a couple of their sketches that I can work on. Yeah. Oh, nice. Well, congrats on that. If you're what level is your team around? Just out of curiosity, more than anything. Six. Oh yeah, you should be good then for the league. Yeah, you should be plenty fine for the league on there. I took on the league with my team at about level 66 ish, and we wiped the floor. We kind of mopped the floor with the Elite Four. So if your team is level 63, you will do just fine. So yeah, definitely. With your if your team's at level 63, you definitely have absolutely nothing to worry about. Um, so that's a good thing at least. I mean, it won't hurt. It doesn't hurt to have your team leveled up, but my team was level about 66 when I did the Elite Four, and we pretty much one shot everybody's team. So I would say that you have absolutely zero zero things to worry about with the Elite Four in this one. So um, it should go plenty smoothly for you. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but my team, I strictly only had Gen 9 Pokemon on my team. Um, so I've had to do some learning um about the new Pokemon. Um, which luckily has not been a challenge. So at this point it's more remembering names than anything has been the harder part. But like if your Pokemon are already in the 60s, like it doesn't matter if you have previous knowledge or not, because at that level you're already gonna be like almost 10 levels above the Elite Four. Um, so even if you're not using like super effective moves, you're still going to be taking them out quite easily. So really, there's nothing for you to worry about. Boy, that line is not coming out the way I want it to. Then I will say the the battles this gen have been kind of easier, if only because the gym leaders and even the Elite Four did not use healing items on their team, um, which I kind of it was I mean it was kind of nice on one hand, but also it felt kind of like, hey, can you like step it up a little bit, because I'm already wailing on you guys, and especially for the Elite Four. You know, they're not supposed to be making it easy on you, and they kind of did anyways. Oh yeah, no, I have, but the gym leaders in the Elite Four definitely did not. I didn't have a single instance where they used one, so it made things a lot easier, I guess. It was a little bit chaotic. I can't really go into details for reasons, but it's a little bit chaotic. My nephew is as full of energy as ever. I remain envious of his seemingly endless amount of energy. I know it's a little quiet right now, but I know Amy is doing family stuff. And I haven't really heard anything from Jello today, so I'm sure they are busy with something. Not really sure what you're saying, Luma. I mean, are you asking if Scarlet is good? Oh, I mean, there's really not a lot of difference between Scarlet and Violet aside from like version exclusives. I personally like the selection of Pokemon in Scarlet better than in Violet, but story-wise or anything, it's not going to be much different from Violet, so if you enjoyed Violet, then I would say it's not a bad idea to have Scarlet, but if you're thinking about getting it, thinking it's going to be like an entirely different game, it's not. It's pretty much exactly the same. It's just, you know, exclusives. So basically, I mean, you can have multiple accounts on a Switch, so if the issue is if the issue has to deal with your concern that she just wants to transfer data, I mean, I'm so, I'm still a little confused by what you're saying. I mean, like, are you referring to like she wants to get the version exclusives? Because I mean, if she's just looking to get like version exclusives, I mean, you can just trade for that, but although you said that you guys don't have you don't have you don't have the Nintendo Switch Online, right? Because if you don't have that, you cannot trade with other people online, which means she wouldn't be able to get version exclusives unless she was to get the other game. Because I mean, in the long run, it would be easier for if you were to just buy a Nintendo Switch Online subscription for a year to get whatever exclusive she's looking for, as compared to like buying the whole other game and or another Switch to trade. But I mean, that's I mean, if it was just a matter of like, oh hey, I just really want these Virgin exclusives from Scarlet. I mean, if you have the Nintendo Online account, I mean I could send some over, but I know you said that you don't have that, so that would make it a little bit difficult. Out of curiosity, what Pokemon do you have on your team? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that if you're just looking to do trades to get exclusives, that would definitely be on the pricey side. Um yeah, that would definitely be a lot of money if she's just looking to get the exclusives. Um it would seriously be cheaper to just get a Nintendo Online subscription and trade with somebody online to get what she's looking for. Um, because yeah, if she wants you to get a whole other Switch in game, that's like that's seriously like way more than double for just paying for an online subscription and just trading with somebody online. I would say that that's a lot more money than I would be willing to spend for that. Um, the only other suggestion I would possibly be able to give would be to have Pokemon Home and then just transferring that way. But again, that's still uh that's still you would have to pay for a subscription for that, which uh I think in the long run the Nintendo Switch Online would still be cheaper. Yeah, no problem. Like I totally get her wanting to get like the version exclusives, especially if there's like a Pokemon that she really likes that's on the other version. Um, but getting a whole other switching game just for the singular purpose of being able to trade is it's not a suggestion I would ever give. Um, because it's not, switches aren't, they're I mean like they're not horribly expensive, but they're not cheap either. Um so it would be, I think it would be very overkill. Because even if you were to buy a used Switch, that you're I mean, over here, when I went to a GameStop, they had a used Switch for sale, and it was still going for like 260. So that's still a lot of money. So it's like just kind of a random example. Like if I were gonna let my nephew play on the Switch, I would just make him an account on my Switch. Um, because buying him his own would just be kind of, that's a lot of money. Um, Especially because he's still really young. Um, and the nice thing is, like, let's say she did end up saving up for her own Switch. Um, you would at least be able to transfer it, whenever she got one. But if she's just looking for like Virgin exclusives, I would not pay the money for a whole other Switch. I seriously, I would just recommend getting a online subscription, and then just trading that way, because in the long run, it's going to be so much cheaper. Because if you were to get like the family subscription, I think it was like $35 for a year. And that allows multiple accounts under one membership, versus buying a Switch, which is like over $300, plus another game, which is going to be at least $60. So, I mean, in comparison, that's like 10 times the amount of just getting a Nintendo online subscription. Like, you would legitimately be better off doing that instead of buying a whole other Switch. And especially now too, with the trading codes that are out, they've made it easier to trade as compared to before, where it was like completely chaotic and you didn't know what you were going to be getting, or you had to like somehow try and communicate in trades with a random person, which, let me tell you, was not easy. It's gotten a lot easier over the years to trade online. Oh yeah, yeah. The storylines for those were absolutely great, and I definitely love the character development for these characters. Um, oh wow, okay. Hello everybody. I just saw you guys pop in. Um, I mean, you're not wrong, Maki, for sure, but like, it. I mean, I get your point for sure, but it's still a lot of money in the long run. So unless they have that extra money to burn, it's not something I would recommend. But yeah, I definitely see your point there, and that is a very good point. And hi, Easy. I hope that all of you are having a good day today. I know I stated it in my Discord, but I am working on a commission right now, so that's what you are seeing here. And this commission is for Amy, who is currently not in stream because she is doing family stuff. I honestly did not know that, Easy, and thank you for informing me that, because I legitimately had no idea. I did see them. I did see them, Luma. It's very cool seeing the different sizes side by side, for sure. Arvin is amazing, and I mean, we already had this conversation on Tumblr, Easy, about how I want to absolutely throttle his good for nothing parents who just abandon him. I am still absolutely furious about that, but he at least got his found family, so it's at least better than nothing. But absolutely would fight the professors if I could. Like, hi, hello, you abandoned your child, and now I have to fight you because this is absolutely unacceptable. You just abandoned this wonderful child, this wonderful person, and I'm ready to fight. It's very interesting hearing the name variants for other game languages. I started continuing my my Violet playthrough yesterday, and again I'm using strictly only Generation 9 Pokemon, but I also kind of implemented a rule on myself that I'm not allowed to use the same Pokemon as my last team, which made it a little harder, but I am interesting to see where that ends up, mostly because I wanted to get to know more of the new Pokemon, and see which ones I end up liking. So we'll see how that goes. Because right now I have my starter, which I picked Sprigatito this time. And then I have a Nacli on my team, the salt one, because I'm not really sure how to pronounce the name. I also have Mastiff on my team, who I just caught last night. I added Smoliv. I have a Charcadet because I want Cyrilege. I actually did not have Armarouge on my team during gameplay, so I want Cyrilege on my team this time. But right now my team is a little unbalanced, so there might be some changes. I have 2 gym badges right now, and 1 Titan badge. I am currently trying to head over to the 2nd Titan, which for me is going to be the flying one, which honestly should not be a problem because I have 2 rock types on my team right now. I have a Cloth and I have my Neckley, and they should make very, very quick work of the Flying Titan. Yeah, when you beat the Elite Four, Luma, you should post or you should share a picture of who your team is. Oh, a shiny lock. Dude, that's some hardcore rules right there. I would not have the patience for that. He had a full shiny party in 13 hours? That's insane. That's really good, actually. I mean, I would have expected, like, it would take over a month to get that many shinies unless you're playing, like, 24 hours a day. 13 hours to get 6 shinies is really, really good. Like, props to them for dedication, because I would not have the patience for that at all. I could not do that because I would not have the patience for that without the shiny charm. And my shiny luck is usually atrocious, so I really would not want to leave it up to my luck because I don't have any usually when it comes to shinies. It would not be good. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, you know what? You and me both, because so funny story. Me and Amy actually started a Soul Link Nuzlocke, which I don't know if you're familiar with those, Easy. But basically we play the same game and we have to catch the Pokemon at the same time, and then we name them. Well, for us personally, we combined the names of the 2 Pokemon that we caught, and those Pokemon are linked. So, yes. So if one dies, even if the other person, if theirs didn't die, it automatically gets taken out. So, as you can imagine, it was very stressful. And unfortunately, we didn't get very far because Amy, unfortunately, didn't really have the time to continue. But we lost, not our starter, but our first catch, we lost it in less than 15 minutes. And I was so devastated because... and we were just kind of... I was kind of like, we were laughing, but we were also horribly upset about it because we lost it so fast. And it was on Amy's end. I think the wild Pokemon had made a critical hit and took out her Pokemon, and I was very upset because mine was a Flygon. And I was like, I had a really good Pokemon and now it's gone forever. And it was a very devastating loss so early in the game. Nuzlocke stressed me out, even though I have never actually really done one fully yet. But the Soul Link one it's a very interesting concept, and it definitely adds a really big challenge because it's not just your Pokemon that you have to be concerned about, because the person you're playing with also has to be watching out for their Pokemon. And then, you're also watching out for yours, because if you lose yours, then they lose theirs, and vice versa. And it's not easy. It's definitely a very challenging thing. And I get very emotionally attached to my Pokemon, so losing them is very, very hard for me, because especially when you nickname them, it makes it very sad when you lose them. Yeah, exactly. Easy, you totally get it. Easy gets it. I I get very upset. Like last night. So yeah, I said a little bit ago that I caught a Mastiff and added it to the team, and I was like, so we got into a battle where the Pokemon we were fighting was like a little bit over leveled than we were, and I was like, I kept cheering for my Pokemon because he got paralyzed, and he ended up pulling through, and I felt like it was because I was cheering for it. And yeah, emotional attachment. Very easily emotionally attached to these Pokemon. I'm definitely one of those people that will audibly cheer for their Pokemon, even though it's just a video game. I'm like, I don't care. I have to cheer for my babies. They're doing good. I do. I very much miss the feature in X and Y where if your Pokemon won a battle, you could pet them at the very end of the battle and they would get happy. And I really, really miss that, because I always made sure to pet my Pokemon after every battle. And there was one time I accidentally wasn't paying attention and I forgot to pet it, and I was so upset I immediately went to Pokemon on me and started petting my Pokemon. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to forget. I just wasn't paying attention. It's very possible it was in that game. It's been a little while and my memory is absolutely horrible, so it's very possible it was in there. But I do miss that feature of being able to pet them after a battle. Because it's I liked being able to like reward my Pokemon for doing well, and then having them like visibly react. Yes, yes. You are so right. I honestly don't know why that was removed. I don't know if there was even a specific reason that it was removed. Um, but I am absolutely very not happy that they did, because I absolutely loved being able to reward my Pokemon when they did well after a battle. They hate us specifically. It's not just you, because I'm also very upset. I'm very upset that they removed that. Yeah, easy. I was finally able to move my 18-year-old Charizard over to my other account. So now when Home is compatible with Scarlet and Violet, I can finally move her over there. So she will be in my current game. She's no longer trapped, and I also transferred over my first ever Vaporeon, who is also 18 years old. His name is Mystery, and he was my first ever evolution, and is the reason Vaporeon is my favorite evolution. So they will both be moved over to Scarlet and Violet as soon as they are able to. So I am very excited for that, because I like bringing her to, well, I like bringing both of them to my most current games, because it feels like I get to continue the journey with them. They've been around for 18 years, over 18 years now, and I like having them stick around, and that it's kind of why, like, I know a lot of people throw fits whenever they add Charizard, because like, oh, Charizard's so overrated, they put it in everything. Well, I'm kind of happy that they do, because that means that I get to take my first ever starter with me into all the games. So I just I like having her around. I like my Charizard. She's a very good Charizard, and I would be very sad if I couldn't have her around. That's why whenever people complain about how Charizard's in the new games, I never say anything, because I'm actually really happy that it gets added, because then I can send my starter over, and she doesn't have to miss out on the game. Yeah, no, as soon as Home is compatible with Scarlet and Violet, she will immediately be going on there. Like, absolutely zero question. She is going on there. It's mandatory. I am not gonna have her miss out. You know, I totally agree. I kind of wish that they would allow. I think it would be a good idea if they would bring all the starters each generation, because you know that there's people like me who have been transferring their starters for every game, and they want them in these new games, but they don't add them. And like, I think if they were to allow them, it would be a lot better. Like, just let people keep their starters with them. Let them transfer to the new games. Like, I know Charizard got lucky because it's popular and it's from the original gen, but like, not everybody started with Kanto. So, like, not letting these people have the same opportunity is kind of, it's lame. Yeah. Just like I get not being able to fit every Pokemon in the games because for obviously memory restrictions, but like you can't tell me that you can't fit the starters. You're talking about a relatively small group in comparison to how many Pokemon there are now. So I feel like they should be able to do it. Yeah, exactly. It's still buggy at times, but I personally have not had any bad bugs. So um, I feel like it shouldn't be impossible to get all the starters in there. I mean, I've had like twice now where I had a glitch and the game kind of like froze and then the screen went black and then it like moved me to like a close by spot that was more stable. But like that's like the most major thing I've had happen, which is absolutely nothing compared to what I've seen. And I think the recent patch that they did a couple weeks after it came out, it did seem to fix some things, but there's things they could do. Yeah, and that's definitely a very valid point, Muma. And I agree that it would definitely allow for more space, but also stylistically, I feel like we're missing out because sometimes the 3D renders of characters look very flat and just kind of there's no personality to them versus like you see a lot of personality in like the 2D stuff because you can kind of get away with more things. You can push things more in 2D without any limits. Um so like I know I rant about this a lot. This is you've heard me guys rant a lot about Gen 5. Gen 5 had really excellent game design in that they had some minor 3D things in there, mostly for like buildings and whatnot. But the the pixel characters and the Pokemon and the little animations that they had for them were so full of personality. And I really think that we got shorted in that um there's a lot of really good things that they did in Gen 5 and then they immediately jumped to 3D and I think they did it too soon. Um because I feel like if we had had more games like Gen 5 stylistically wise, um I think it would have been better for the games in multiple ways. One, like you said, Luma, more space, which would allow them to do more things, but also stylistically, I feel like it would have been um, better. So I honestly could rant about about all that. I am very fond of the Gen 5 games. Um, when I first saw one of my friends playing them, and she showed me the animated pixels. I lost my mind. It was the coolest thing ever. And going from like gens 1 through 4 with the static sprites with like they had some, you know, in the later generations they had a little bit of animation, which was cool. But then Gen 5 took it to the next level and just absolutely killed it with that, and it was amazing. They did such a good job with that, and I wish we had gotten more games in that style. And I think they jumped to 3D too soon. So Gen 5 was just really peak design in a lot of ways. And Easy, you are absolutely right. It definitely feels like they're going just for a money grab instead of developing a game with a fleshed out story, because like, again, I'm going to point at Gen 5. One, you had an excellent story in black and white. Very, very intriguing storyline with very good characters. You know, you had a storyline that was, in a way, it was for more mature audiences, in that it had some more serious topics, which I very much enjoyed. But then you had Black and White 2 continue that, and you know, you had even more character development, and you got to see the aftermath of what, you know, how the first game, you know, affected people after that. And it was really, really well done, and there was a lot of places you got to explore and characters that you got to see fleshed out. And the more recent games, they're definitely not quite like that anymore. Gen 9 story-wise, I think, was definitely a good step, but it definitely could have been pushed more as well. So I mean, I have a lot that I could say. Gen 9 was the story was absolutely a step in the right direction for sure. And the character designs, the NPC designs were definitely way better this gen. A lot of the NPCs had very unique designs, and I like that they pushed the body shapes and the themes of these characters, and even like the cutscenes when you're talking to them, they displayed a lot more personality. You actually have very vivid expressions instead of the flat neutral smile, which, quite frankly, when you have, you know, your trainer character just very neutral smiling through every cutscene, whether it's a happy one or a sad one, or, you know, there's crazy stuff going on, it gets a little, it's a little dull, and it definitely throws off the feeling of a scene. And I think Gen 9 has definitely taken a step forward in that the character, the trainer character that you play as, definitely had very visible emotions, and I loved seeing the interactions with like the gym leaders and the Elite Four and Team Star, like the photos that you take with them after like a gym battle. Those were so, I loved seeing those, and they need to do more like that, because I like when you have an actual effect on other characters, and it's not just, okay, I did this task and it had absolutely no effect on this person whatsoever. It definitely did not feel like that in this game, and I really, really liked that. Hi, Luna. Bye, Luna. and it's Thor. Hi, Thor. Hi, Luna. Hi, Thor. Crazy puppies. Crazy puppies. Yes, Miss Una, I love you too. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. That's why. It's close to You added a you added an extra letter there, Luma. There's no N. It's just Thor. No worries. Yes, he is named Thor at after the Norse god. So but yeah. Gen 9 definitely took some steps in the right direction. So here's hoping they keep making some progress, in good progress, not like I don't want them to start going in the wrong direction again. Have you had any more luck easy with the shiny hunting? Oh, nice. Swablu and Staraptor. I like Staraptor's shiny. I like the blue. It really stands out from the brown, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, when you have the shiny charm, you're gonna start seeing more of them just kind of pop up randomly. Like when I was trying to hatch eggs and I found that Azumarill and it was just like, oh my gosh. I was super excited because obviously I'm rather fond of the Azurill line. Especially after Kelby. My beautiful trans Meryl, or as Azurill initially, and definitely became very extra fond of them after that. So finding that shiny one was very exciting, and then finding the shiny Alolan Vulpix on Pokemon Go was also exciting because I usually have really terrible shiny luck on that game, and I saw him on the map and I was like, oh, it's Alolan Vulpix, I'll just catch it because I like it. And then I clicked on him and he sparkled and it was like, oh my gosh. So that was a very exciting find, and I am very excited that I got to find him. No. They are not visible on the map unless you have it as your buddy, in which case it's not a wild Pokemon, so you do not find out if they're shiny until you click on them. It was just by sheer dumb luck that I clicked on him and he happened to be shiny. Like, seriously, dumb luck. Like, there was no telling that he was gonna be shiny. I just got really lucky. No, if there is no way of telling if it's a shiny until you click on it, unfortunately. Yeah, and it literally it sometimes comes down to like, oh hey, I don't have this Pokemon, or oh yeah, I'm just gonna click on this Pokemon because I like it, and then boom, it just happens to be shiny. I once a couple years ago there was a Turtwig, and I think I had a task that I needed to catch like grass types or something. And so I clicked on the Turtwig, and then it just happened to be shiny. And it was kind of funny because it was on Halloween. So I got a Halloween shiny that was a Turtwig. And it was just kind of like, oh, cool. And I named him Spooky. I did also get lucky. The day that I found, well, the shiny Celebi was a guaranteed catch. That was a guaranteed event. Just like they had one for shiny Mew, they had one for shiny Celebi, and then I think February of next year they're having a event where you can get shiny Jirachi. So if you are interested in that, keep an eye for that event. Because there is going to be a shiny Jirachi event for Pokemon Go. I just did the this past weekend. They had the Keldeo event, so I was able to get Keldeo, and that was cool because I do like Keldeo. So it'll be interesting to see how to unlock its Resolute form. It'll be interesting to see how they're gonna go about that. But I get the same day that I got my shiny Vulpix, some of my online friends were playing Pokemon Go, and I guess they were out raiding. So I got invited to a couple Cobalion raids. So I was very fortunate, and I was able to get a couple Cobalion, which I was definitely not gonna turn down. I will say it's gotten a little easier to do legendary raids as compared to when I first started playing Pokemon Go. Raids were absolutely a disaster if you did not have 20 people, and now we've been doing raids with 4 people against legendaries, so it's very different now. I will say it does make a big difference if one of the people helping out is level 50. So that one is a little confusing. From what I've read for Vivillon, you have to receive, I think, 3 postcards from a certain region, and you have to save the postcards. When you do, you will receive a notification to catch a Pokemon. The Pokemon will be a Scatterbug, who will then evolve into a Vivillon from the region you received those postcards from. So it's a little complex, but essentially you have to have a certain amount of those postcards. You save them, and then you unlock a battle with a scatterbug for that region, which, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little more complicated than I would have liked. But the nice thing is, you will at least I think it would be a little bit easier to do that, because it is easy to get like friend codes for people for other countries. I do have some friends on Pokemon Go that are from other countries. I have somebody from Finland, I have somebody from England, I have somebody from Austria. So it is possible to get friend codes from people in other countries. And I think now, because of this, I wouldn't be surprised if people start posting online, hey, I'm from this region, if you want to get this Vivillon, add me. So I would honestly not be surprised if that's something that we start seeing in the near future. I'm honestly wondering if there's going to be something like that for Scarlet and Violet, since Vivillon is back. I do remember X and Y, it was such a huge pain in the butt trying to collect them all. And I did manage to get every version of Vivillon. Unfortunately, as easy, the whole Pokemon Home thing that I'm still salty about. Unfortunately, I have lost all mine. So I'm kind of dreading having to regather them all. Especially because Scarlet and Violet do not have a GTS yet. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. It's gonna be a huge pain in the butt. Oh, the yellow Pokes... Yeah. It might just be that they're not around you right now, because I think they said that those were supposed to be kind of scattered randomly, and they don't stay as a golden Pokestop for long. I actually never encountered one, so I was never able to get a Gimmighoul coin. But I do believe that they'll probably be bringing it back or making it more prominent as a feature. And one reason you might not be seeing a lot of them right now is because there are holiday events going on. So that may be affecting them. So that might be one reason you're not seeing them right now. Okay. Thank you, Luma. This one. I'm not gonna lie, this one has been a challenge. I don't usually do like armor or anything like that, or like military gear and all that. I don't usually do that sort of thing. Oh, yeah, I had to mute myself for a second because my nephew was asking me a question. But we're good, so. Ooh, that was awful. I don't like that either. That's not as bad, but I still don't like it that much, so I'm just gonna trace over it. So have any of you guys heard the rumors about the DLC that's supposed to be coming out for Scarlet and Violet? Personally, I'm still skeptical about a lot of it. So if you open the map, if you look in the northeast corner, you'll notice that there's like an area that's blocked off and it's like covered in like lines. So people are hypothesizing that it's going to be a new area explorable because of the DLC, and they're also hypothesizing that it's going to be a part of Kalos. So I don't know how much of this is true, and personally, I am still skeptical about a lot of it. So there's also some rumors that it's gonna involve Nemona's parents, because I guess data miners found some data regarding them. Again, I don't know if that's actually gonna happen or not. There was also supposedly some dialogue planned for the person who wrote the Scarlet Book or the Violet Book, depending on what version you played. Again, it's possible that this is not even going to happen, and I don't know how much of this is even true. But there's a lot of rumors flying around right now, so I was just curious if you guys had heard about any of it. Obviously, based on the Scarlet and Violet book, we're supposed to be getting a third legendary, as well as a paradox form of Suicune or Virizion. Depending on what version you have. For Violet, it would be Virizion. And then for Scarlet, it would be Suicune. But I am curious as to what that DLC would entail and how they would bring about these legendaries. Because, you know, the time machine was supposed to have been destroyed, so I feel like if they were around, they would have had to have been brought about before the story of the game took place, and they went into hiding or something. There is that huge symbol that's in the Area Zero. But there's still no explanation for that and what it's gonna do. So there's a lot of speculation and not a lot of confirmation about anything. But I am definitely curious to see where it all goes. I am mostly excited for the Paradox Suicune / Virizion. Because if you look at the Scarlet and Violet book, that's you can find it in the library. It does show you a picture of what they are supposed to look like. But it would be very interesting to see what they're like when you're actually interacting with them or something. So we shall see. The two screens have definitely been a huge help. It's easier for me to look at the reference on and have it available like the whole time that I'm working on it, versus having to like switch between windows or turning off or on layers. So it has definitely helped. Colors. So how do you guys feel about the fact that Ash and Pikachu aren't going to be in the anime anymore? I can honestly say I'm not surprised. I feel like it's about time for him to retire. He's been around for it's been a very long time. And he finally hit the championship. So a lot of people were speculating from the beginning. It is. I won't lie though that it is kind of sad to see him go though. Just we grew up with him and all. A lot of us did, and so it's a little sad. I do see people speculating that the one of the protagonists taking his place in the next series. People are speculating that it's going to be his daughter because the hair clip that she's wearing matches the symbol on his hat. So it'll be interesting to see if that's true or if it's just kind of a little like acknowledgement that they're tossing to like acknowledge Ash as the original protagonist. But if she is actually his daughter, I have to then wonder who's the mother. I feel like that's gonna start a lot of fights in the fandom as to who that would have been. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with all that. A lot of people are saying that that it's very likely that they'll bring Ash back as like for like cameos and stuff, or like for like something special like a movie or whatever. Which honestly, I feel like it would be a huge money grab, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's what they did. That's very possible, Luma. Um, definitely what I feel like would make more sense. Um, but it's too early to say at this point. But honestly, I would have to lean um, with what you said, that they just happen to be a fan and they want to be a Pokemon master like he was able to. I feel like that would make a lot of sense. Especially because he did it at such a young age. Um, I feel like there would be a lot of kids who would be like, I want to try and do that too. Um, so very, very, very much a valid guess, in my opinion. But I guess for now it's a kind of a wait and see. Yeah, the world's most accomplished 10-year-old. Right. I do think it'll be interesting to have some new protagonists and see what they're like. I have to wonder if they'll end up going along the same storyline as the Gen 9 games, or if they're gonna do something different. At this point, it's kind of a toss-up in the air. There's really no way to know exactly what they're planning, but I hope it'll be good though. I will say I feel like people are gonna be very quick to attack it. One, because they're introducing new characters, and people are very quick to hate on things. But I hope that they're a little more. They're not so quick to attack this new series. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, and that's kind of what I am concerned about, is that people are going to be they're going to be so far on the nostalgia that they're just going to automatically hate it without giving it a chance, which honestly is not fair to the series or the creators. Because like people were very quick to attack when they changed the style for the Sun and Moon series. People were very quick to attack it, but I actually really enjoyed it because I found that it was very expressive. And the writing for those seasons were really, really good. So I actually that was one of my favorite seasons. But people were very, very quick to attack it, and it was honestly a shame because it was really, really well done, and I feel like people need to give it a chance. Sun and Moon were very, very good seasons, so I will fight anybody who says it was awful. No worries, Easy. I'm glad that you were able to join. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Rest well. I do need to watch the most recent episode for the Pokemon series. I'm a little bit behind on that, but... Well, if you were to ever want to watch the Pokemon animated series, XYZ, Sun and Moon, and then Journeys, all of those are excellent. So I would definitely recommend those if you're ever curious about watching, just because those definitely were the seasons where it was very well written. So I would recommend those by far. I'm currently watching the Black and White season, which it's not bad, but they absolutely destroyed Bianca's character, which has me absolutely not happy because she had an excellent character in the games and they absolutely just destroyed that in the anime. So it feels like a completely different character and she's just annoying in the worst way possible. So it was honestly the seasons for Gen 6 through 8. So I would definitely recommend those over the others by far. Because everything else is just kind of bleh. I might be a little bit biased, but is that really the smallest I can get it? Oh, yeah, that's yeah, I hit some numbers. Although I was unhappy with the fact I couldn't get the patterns smaller than I wanted it, so it's a little unfortunate. But what can you do? Oh, really? I mean, that makes sense if it's not really being shown anywhere else. Understandable. I feel like it's a little too bright. I can't really see that. Yeah, well, I mean, like, getting mythical Pokemon is still kind of a challenge because you can only get them during um, events, and those don't exactly happen very often, unfortunately. So, um, it's not great.
Daddy, what you forgot? You forgot to eat spaghetti. I went to tell him.
Oh yeah, no, that would be unfortunate. But see, I didn't really. So the first Pokemon game that I got when I was like 11, and that was like the only Pokemon game that I really had until like I was going to college. So we're talking about like an almost 10-year gap. Um, and then once I was able to get my first job and I started earning some money, I was able to finally start getting Pokemon games. So I got Omega Ruby, and then Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun Moon, and basically from there. But there was a long gap where I didn't have the current games, or like the ones that I did have. Um, by the time that I had gotten them, they were not internet compatible, so I had nobody to play with because I was behind on the times. Um, so I kind of I feel your pain on that. Um, yeah, it does kind of suck when you have when you're not able to participate in stuff like that. But or it's or like the events that I used to have that I don't have anymore because of what they did. Um, and there's no way to get them back, so you're kind of just permanently screwed. Yeah, yeah, pretty much, pretty much. Let me in. I want to have fun with everybody else, but you're not letting me. Yeah, I was very behind on Pokemon stuff until Ruby and Sapphire. That was the first time or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That was the first time I was actually um current on the games with everybody else. and I was very excited about that because that meant I could actually trade with people and I could actually do stuff. So that was definitely a first for me. Um, so that was I was lucky with that one. But it was a while before I was able to do that. Um, so
Yeah, but don't come back good.
oh, we have a raid. Welcome, raiders, and glad to have you here. Spooky Kia has rated our stream. Welcome, everybody. I hope that you are having a wonderful Sunday. Welcome. Glad to have you here. I am currently working on a commission, but I am definitely open to answering any questions that anybody might have. I am a huge Pokemon nerd, so if you like Pokemon, I am down to ramble with you guys. It's definitely a pleasure to have you all here. And for anybody who is curious or would like to follow, I do have a Discord group that you are all more than welcome to join. Here is the link. So if you would like to join the Discord, I post alerts. Thank you for the follow. Definitely appreciate it. I am close to hitting affiliate, so very appreciate that. And just to let you guys know, if I do hit affiliate, I will be doing an art raffle to celebrate, which means that anybody following me would have a chance to win a free piece of art. So little bonus incentive maybe. Yes, I did get to do one for a friend's channel back in October, and that was a huge blast. So I definitely want to do that for my own channel, but yes. So for those of you who are new here, I go by Nell, or you can call me Duskby Art, whichever you prefer. And I am primarily an artist, and I do offer commissions, which is what I am working on here. As you can see, my Discord group is open to anyone, and we are LGBT friendly, so that is definitely not a problem. And if you have any questions about anything for me, really, definitely don't hesitate to hit me up. I don't bite, so if you have any questions or if there's anything that you would like to chat about, definitely throw them my way, and they are more than welcome. Absolutely, 100,000%. But yes, we were just talking about event Pokemon and stuff, but yeah, no worries. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your night and that you rest well. I know it's a little later for some of you. I'm West Coast, so it's not. It's barely 7 o'clock for me. But I know for some of you, it's much later. That. Yes, it is a protogen, which I was actually not aware was a thing. But a friend of mine commissioned me to draw this character, and they are a protogen. Which is something they had to explain to me. I'm not completely versed in all of the custom species out there, so I definitely love to learn about what there is out there. Definitely very fascinated, and definitely open to drawing anything like that. So I don't really have a lot of restrictions when it comes to commissions. So this definitely a little bit on the slightly more challenging side, but I also have been having a lot of fun with it, so absolutely worth it. So I finished the flat colors, so I am just moving on to the shading and that's on multiply. Needs to be a little darker. There we go. But yeah, if you have any questions about the program I'm using, or about me, or what, basically it's a free for all. I am definitely more than willing to answer. Where if you have any fun facts to share, whether it's about custom species like these, I definitely love hearing about new things. So absolutely do not hesitate to share. It was only very recently that I found out about protogens, thanks to my friend. But it's really cool. So I mean, people come up with some very interesting concepts. And if anybody is ever interested, my commissions are open pretty much 24/7, 365. And OCs, favorite characters from games, TV shows, anything like that is free game. I don't really have much that I won't do, so but I hope everybody's night is or day is going well. I'm still kind of flabbergasted that we're already over halfway through December. It's been kind of crazy. I am not. I've been sketching pages. I just it's been I've been sketching a lot of pages, and just I haven't fleshed them out yet, just because I have a specific part that I'm trying to get to, because basically this this next part is gonna be a I guess kind of a big arc, you could say. So it's been I've been designing characters for this specific arc, and then sketching the pages, and basically trying to get it where I want it to be. So yeah, it is still going, for sure. If there is any reason I am not able to continue it, I will be letting everybody know, of course. But right now I am just trying to sketch as many pages as possible, mostly because it's the sketching part that is I guess the more challenging side, if not so much for like, oh, this is hard to draw, as much as getting the story told how I want it to, and then just basically making sure it looks how I want it to. And sometimes I start to sketch a page and then it's like, wait, that's not flowing quite the way that I want it to. So then I have to either edit it or trash it and then start from scratch. But yes, it is definitely still continuing. It's more, I am just trying to get pages sketched out, because that is the part of the process that takes the longest. Because once I have it sketched out, getting it lined and screen toned isn't quite so hard. Which you guys have seen since I streamed a few pages before. That part is not the hard part. It's getting it down on paper that's the hardest, because I want it to look a certain way or be told a certain way, and I can be picky because I want it to look right. So it's just a matter of getting it how I want it to look. So, well, thank you for that, Luma. I am glad that you're enjoying it. When I found this character, because I don't really know if you were there when I told everybody how I got Chime, but basically the character design was being given away by somebody on Tumblr, and basically they had made like 10 designs or so, and anybody could claim them. They just had to send the person a message and basically say, hey, I want this character, and then you own that character. So I saw their design for Chime, and for some reason I just really clicked with Chime, and he just caught my attention. I was like, oh, he kind of looks like a little knight. And so I kind of decided to make his story about him wanting to be a knight, but show the sort of challenges that he has to go through, especially for because he is a Qingling who is unable to make any sound. He has some personal challenges that he's going to have to go through. So I will be exploring that dynamic more because he is a mute Pokemon. I basically want to kind of delve into how that affects him. And basically how it affected his family dynamics. Because if you think about it, you know, their species is very much about the sounds that they make, because they are, you know, chimes, they're bells, and sound is kind of a big thing for them. So I do want to go over how him not being able to do that has kind of created a sort of stigma against him, I guess, because he's not like the others. Oh, really? Oh, well then, hopefully I can do that justice. Yes, Chime, which, let me pull up a picture of him real quick. So this is a Pokemon story, a comic that I am trying to tell, and Chime is the main character, and he is a Soothbell variant of a Chingling. If I can get the picture. I have a lot of files, so. Alright, where is he? I am very fond of Chime, and I even had a plush made of him at one point. Here it is. Why are you being like this? Alright, give me just a second here. It's being stubborn. I'll just change the window. And of course it's not going to show it, because why? Why are you like this? So, well, it's letting me show this window, so let me just... Alright, so this right here is Chime. Oh boy, we have a bot. That's great. Alright, I'm gonna have to ban that. But anyways, this is Chime, and as I was mentioning before, they are a Soothbell Chingling, and he is the main character of my story. And as I said before, he is mute, So he does not have the little metal sphere that most Chinglings have that creates their sound. So he is not able to speak. He usually communicates by writing. So he usually has either like a little notebook that he uses, or he will write in the dirt using like a stick, or using his psychic powers to, put letters in the surface. So he is still able to communicate. He just has to find a different way of doing so. But his dream is basically to become a knight, and he has two different forms that he can take, which are shown here. So he has a shield stance and he has a blade stance, which were inspired by Sword and Shield. So in my story, yes, they do. There is a written language. Mostly because this blog was created as a Pokemon community blog, which, if you're not familiar with that, about 2015-ish, there a lot of blogs started up that people were basically telling stories about Pokemon, or like daily Pokemon drawings, and basically it started turning more and more into a storytelling thing where people were interacting with the characters of the blog and sometimes are able to influence the story. So that is basically what this is. So the reason that there's writing is mainly because this was supposed to be an interactive blog, and I wanted it to be clear what was being said. So per my story, there is a written language. Thank you, Luma, for sharing the link there for that. So for my story, there's kind of a universal language that is used, but there are other separate languages that are either spoken or written, just because it's a little impractical to believe that there's only ever been one language in the world. So there is a universal language that is kind of shared between the clans and regions and whatnot. But there is a universal one that is usually shared. Are there species or clans that do not use this specific language? Oh, absolutely. There are going to be clans that are going to be more isolated, for whatever reasons they have, whether it's for defensive reasons or they just don't have any interest in interacting with other species in the world. There is going to be variety. So you are definitely more than welcome to check out the blog there. And if you do have a Tumblr account, you are able to send in questions to the blog. They can be addressed to any character that is in the current chapter, and this allows you to interact with the character directly, or sometimes you can even influence the story. So yeah, that's just a little bit about that. So I do stream the comic pages for when I have them ready to be finished up to go on the page. So I do stream those, but I am currently on chapter 2. I did go on on more than a little bit of a hiatus due to personal reasons, but more recently I have been getting back into telling the story again. So that is a story that is currently in progress, and if you would like to check it out, you are absolutely more than free to do so. I definitely welcome it. And of course, during streams or even on Discord, if you have any questions regarding the story or characters or anything like that, you are absolutely more than free to ask those questions. I definitely would welcome that because it makes me very happy when people take an interest in my story or characters. And I am very fond of Chime. Chime is a very dear character to me, even though technically I didn't really design him myself. He is still a very, very important character to me. So I definitely would not say no to talking about him. Or any of the other characters on there. I do have one of them that a character, I did share their reference image on the blog already, but they have not been formally introduced into the story yet, but they will kind of have a important role in the current arc that is going to be going on. And I'm really excited for that because I really like this character design. And I am looking forward to having them actually show up and be a interactive character. But yes. And since you did mention that you are mute yourself, so if you ever have any inputs on that, any things that you feel like you wouldn't want to see, or if there's any personal experiences that you want to share, or basically any commentary. Because I do want to make this character as accurate as possible. Obviously, as you can see, I am not mute myself. But I do plan on taking this character very seriously. So he is not in any way meant to be a joke character or like making fun of anything like that. So any feedback, positive, or if there's any concerns, definitely I would love to hear it. Because it's not something I am personally experienced in, so having somebody who is give feedback on it would definitely be very appreciated. Because I do want to make them a relatable character and a well-written character. Because the last thing I want to do is insult anybody. Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, no obligation. Even if you just like want to check it out, and you really don't have to say anything if you don't want to. If you just want to read it, that is absolutely more than okay. I definitely don't want anybody to feel forced to read any of my stuff. So I am very fond of this character, though, as I have stated already. You know, to the point, I really did have a plush made of him, which was not cheap, but it was definitely worth it. And there are pictures of that in the blog as well. I do have I have ADHD, so sometimes my attention span is not what I wish it was. So it does make finishing things a little hard at times. But I am trying to keep this story going just because it is a story that I want to tell. The rear view, that's a good question. I actually have not done a full reference for Niel. Oh, I mean, if you're talking about little me in the corner here, I actually made that myself. There's a free program that you can get, and there is a link to it on my Discord if you're interested. It is free. This character is actually one that I made myself. I wanted to make an Animal Crossing villager, Sona, and they came about originally. Their colors were supposed to be pink and blue. Instead of the orange and blue, but I wasn't really feeling the pink when I put it, so I ended up switching it to the orange, and I liked it a lot better. So that's how we got to this color palette here, and the illustration and the little animations here were all done by me. So if there was any way to like make your own little villager character, that would be the most amazing thing ever. But I kind of wish that they gave you the option to play as an animal villager instead of being a human villager, because I think it would be fun. But I wonder if part of the reason they haven't done that is because they feel that it would probably be too much memory. Just because you would have to have the fur color options and then any patterns and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that they would have to consider for that. I feel like they could do it, but somehow I feel like it would be very unlikely. to happen. So, it would be fun though if they ever did add that, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, no pants and no shoes because the villagers never wear shoes. And I mean they kind of already let you custom make shirts and dresses and hats and stuff. So I mean, maybe they could do something like that. But again, I feel like that would be very unlikely to happen. It would be cool though. For sure, it would be cool. I wouldn't be surprised if there's somebody who has modded custom villagers into their game though, like, because you look at like what people have done with modding the newest Pokemon games and putting custom designs on there. I absolutely believe somebody could do that with Animal Crossing. I saw a video that somebody did where they modded the Charizard in the game to look like the one from the clone one from the first movie, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, you get in trouble for modding. People do some cool stuff with mods though, so I honestly have some pretty big respect for people who can mod like that, because I don't know how that works, so it's very fascinating to me. I think it's all cool stuff. Right. Yeah, it's really interesting though when you get modders who like vastly improve stuff in games, and it's like, yeah, it's like the official companies need to hire these people, because like it it sometimes feels like they have a much better idea of what they're doing than the actual companies. It's like, please hire these people. You need their help. I don't know how to do any of that stuff, so. I mean, I could probably edit some textures, like the colors and patterns and whatnot. I can do that. I know how to do that, but like, yeah, honestly, it feels like that sometimes, Luma, where it seems like they are just mad that these people are coming out with better ideas than them, and so they go, oh, you have to take that down, or else we're suing you. And it's like, can you just hire these people instead, because clearly people like what they're making as compared to what you're doing. So maybe instead of punishing them, you should like bring them on so that you actually make more money. Like, Why are you punishing these people? Like, hire them. They're obviously making stuff that people like. But that's just me. I feel like it would be a much better idea to hire these people on instead of suing them. Like, think of the stuff that could be made if they hired fans who are actually wanting to create good stuff instead of just whatever they think is going to make money. Because, like, man, let me tell you, some of the Pokemon ROM hacks out there are absolutely fantastic. And the fact that they get in trouble for making something that people obviously like is just absolutely ridiculous to me. Hire them. Don't sue them. Like, come on, it's not that hard. I don't understand their way of thinking because it's like so much wasted potential. Anyways. Any plans for the week? I mean, I know for a lot of people it's go to work or go to school, but you never know. Especially with the holidays coming up. I think some of the schools are already out over here. You finished school? Nice. Yeah, I don't miss school. There's some things that I miss. I miss the socializing, but I do not miss the homework. Oh, the homework is always what got me. Even in college, it was like I hated it. They can make oh, that would be so cool. Hi, I have a cat villager. Can you throw them in the game? Yeah, that'd be cool, but I don't want to get in trouble, so. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I mean, every school is different, and it really depends on what you're going to college for. So, like, when I went to college, it was for a very specific thing. So everybody there was it was an art school, so everybody was there for art. So, I found it easier to make friends there just because everybody was kind of like into like gaming or anime or anything like that? Oh, okay, I see. So it's like a small like community college. Is it mostly like for like gen eds there, or do they have like specialty classes? High school was not a fun time for me. I actively avoid thinking about high school. I was one of the kids that always got bullied, so high school was not a good time for me. Gotcha. Okay. So you're mostly going for like an English gen ed, which totally understandable. It's usually smart like to get your gen eds just done quickly at like a community college instead of having to take it at like a big school because they charge more, which is something I ended up having to do. But yeah, high school was not great. I don't miss it. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be totally different over there for you guys, which I don't know how it is for you, Luma, since you're in Chile. Um, yeah, the UK is very different from the US when it comes to school, and I'm glad that you don't have to pay for college. I mean this very sincerely because I am in a huge amount of debt, and I would not wish this on any other student at all. What they did was awful. So I am very glad that you don't have to pay for that. Yeah, it's very different uh here when it comes to that, and it's it's not great. It's not great. It's like on one hand I can see maybe paying like a little bit, but like the fact I have multiple friends who are in several hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt for going to college is just insane. Like I don't understand how they expect people to survive. Um like I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to own a home because of this student debt. So, you know, it's it's a mess. It is very much a mess. Yeah, it's very much because here in the US, they treat it as not so much, oh, let's give these students an education, as, hey, how much money can we get from these students? How can we rip them off and get as much money as we possibly can? Um, which obviously, as you've probably heard, has done some real damage to a lot of people. Um, which, I mean, there's people who are trying to fight this, and I know Biden is still trying to get that law passed for student loan forgiveness. And the specifically the school that I went to was sued multiple times for fraud. So there are lawsuits against them, and people have been able to apply for borrower's defense. I can't talk. To have their loans forgiven and basically erased because of the fraud that took place. So I did apply to that, and I am still waiting to hear back on that. Um, but if that, yeah, you can, as imagine my surprise when I'm finding this out, because they started shutting the schools down like almost right after I graduated. And so it's like, imagine you just graduated from college and then you find out, oh hey, your college was actually a scam, and they had no intention of actually helping you get a job. They just wanted your money. By the way, you're now probably over $100,000 in debt. Good luck with that. That happened to so many of us. And they are currently fighting in the Supreme Court about the student loan forgiveness program that they were trying to do, and I'm really hoping that it goes through, because any assistance I can get is going to be very much needed. And I have a lot of friends who have actually more debt than I do. So, for them, it's a huge deal too. And it's it's just a mess all around, is basically what I can summarize it with. It's just a huge mess. I mean, animal neglect is really horrible. So, I mean, that's not exactly any better. Yeah, well, and that's kind of the nice thing, Luma, is that nowadays there's so many tutorials and programs that you can find online for free. So it is very different from how it used to be years ago, where that sort of thing didn't exist. Unfortunately, the college that I went to, when they were scouting for students to apply there, they essentially, when they were recruiting students, they were telling everybody that, oh hey, we have connections with a lot of people in the art industry, and if you come here, we guarantee that you're going to find a job either before you graduate or right after. And they were like, and we'll help you find a job. We have a career counselor service that will help you find a job. And yeah, they didn't do that. They made all these promises and they didn't follow through. And so that was basically the fraud that was going on. And so a lot of people, either, after they graduated, they never got help from the school like they said they were going to do. And then they ended up never finding a job in the industry, or just not finding a job at all. And yeah, what you said there, that definitely was the case for a long time, where they're like, oh, you have a degree, that means you can get a job. And that's just not true, because a lot of times now, if a company sees that you have a degree, they look at you and they go, oh, you're overqualified, so we're not going to hire you. And right now the job market is really, really bad, and I am still looking for work, and a lot of people that I know are also still looking, and it's not great. Yeah, and what you said too, Maki. A lot of them, a lot of the jobs that they were offering us had nothing to do with our degree, if they even offered you a job. Which I did have them send me a job once when I graduated, and yeah, it had nothing to do with my degree. Yeah, it's not easy, and I don't know how the job market is in the UK so I can't really comment about that. But here in the US, it's really bad right now. So even though a lot of places are saying, "Oh, we're hiring, we're desperate for people," you know, a lot of us apply and then we never even hear back, and it's very frustrating when you can't even get so much as a rejection email. But yeah, it's not good either way. And I really hope that you're able to find something, Echo. I really hope that it comes your way quickly and that you don't have to worry about finding a good position. Yeah, seriously. It's like you can't am I really so bad that you can't even send me a rejection email? Which it's just insult to injury, and it's not great. So I really do hope that it goes smoothly for you, Echo. And that you don't have to deal with any of this BS, because it's not fun. It's not great. The sensitivity on my brush. I mean, are you like what do you mean by that exactly? Just out of curiosity. Because right now I have the line stabilizer on to the max setting, so I don't know if that has anything to do with what you're talking about. Yeah, the line stabilizer, I have it set to max right now, which it's on Metabang, which is the art program that I'm using. I just set it to max because it makes my lines look so much better than when I have it without. My lines without the line stabilizer look so messy. The line stabilizer has seriously helped my art look so much better than it used to. So thank you. Yeah, it has definitely it saved me a lot of hassle, and I remember the first time I tried out a line stabilizer, and I think it was on Paint Tool Sci maybe that I tried a line stabilizer. Oh my gosh, the huge difference that it made in my line art quality was like, wow. This is so much better than what I was doing before. My lines were very, very shaky before I started using the line stabilizer, and I think a lot of people nowadays use a line stabilizer just because it just helps make your lines smoother, and just kind of saves you a lot of hassle in the long run. So I know a lot of people use it. I know for me, it definitely has improved my line art quality immensely. So I will use this line stabilizer as for forever. Like that, I am never not gonna use it. The only time really the only time I don't use a line stabilizer is for sketches. That is literally the only time I don't it's different for every program. So the line stabilizer for other programs might not be quite the same as this one. And I just have this one set on max just because I find that it works best for me. Could I lessen it? Oh, absolutely. But I have just stuck with the max setting because I just find it works best for me, but it is absolutely different for everybody. So my settings versus another person who uses this program might be completely different. So very, very ultimately different for everybody. I just have it on max because it's easier for me. And the mobile version's a little different. So like on this one, the line stabilizer has it, you can either set it to 0, which is none, or 40, which is the max. On the mobile version, which is what I usually use on my phone, it's 1 through 20. So it's a little bit different, and I don't know if the 20 is as comparable to the 40, because I haven't really looked at it closely, but that's just kind of what I do. I just set it to max. Plus, it just makes it easier for me. Like, did I have this on 25 or did I have it on 36? You know, I'll just set it to max. Max or 0, that's just what I'm gonna do. That's fair. So when I do my art, I usually do it on my phone. I have a Galaxy Note 9, so it comes with a stylus. And so that's kind of what I am more used to. Right now I'm using a Wacom tablet. But I usually do this on my phone. And it's a little different the way the program is set up. I still use Metabang on my phone, so it has an app version, and then it has the computer version as well. And the nice thing is, if you make an account with Metabang, you can transfer your files by uploading them to the cloud, and then just if you're logged into your account, you can access them from the cloud, whether you're on your phone or your laptop. It doesn't matter. So it makes things a little nice, easier to have access to your files. So if you're ever looking for a new program, I definitely recommend Metabang. It is free, which is the main reason I started using it. But definitely a good program that I recommend. And again, it's free, which doesn't hurt. So I like free stuff. Free stuff is nice. You tried it once and cried. Was it the layout was kind of messing with you, or? I mean, like, I've been using this program for about a little over 6 years now, so I am just used to it. I used to use Photoshop, but Adobe slows down my computer like insanely bad. I mean, if you ever want to try Metabang again, and if you want like any help with that, like if you have any questions or anything, you can definitely feel free to ask me. It might look really complicated, but Metabang's a lot more simple than it might look. And it offers a lot of really cool stuff for free. So like if you're ever interested in doing comics, Metabang has like free screen tones that you can download and use, which is really cool. And then it even allows you to make your own brushes and screen tones and whatnot. So it's got some really cool features. But if the layout's really intimidating and like you'd want some assistance with that, you can definitely ask me for some pointers, and I am absolutely more than willing to go over that. It's a good program, and that's why I keep recommending it to everybody. But I can totally understand why it might seem like really intimidating if you're not used to that sort of thing. Let's see. I forget the multicolored lines. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, we want colored lines. Thank you for the follow, Echo. Definitely appreciate it. And yeah, if you ever have any questions, like art-wise, art program-wise, if I am able to answer, I will definitely. Oh right, yeah, no, you are way ahead in time zone there. Yeah, if 4 a.m. is definitely a good time to go to sleep. So if you need to go to bed, absolutely feel free to do so, and get some good rest. And definitely thank you for joining. And if you feel like joining the next stream, it'll be on Wednesday at. I'll probably make it a little earlier. I might start streaming at 5 now instead of 6, because I know Luma, it's kind of late for you as well, since you're also not in the same time zone as I am. So I might start streaming at 5 p.m. Pacific time here. So, but again, it will be posted in the Discord. So. For me, it is 8:13 p.m. I am in the west coast of the United States, so different time zone. And thank you, Luma. Echo, if you are interested, that is the link to my Discord group. So basically, any art that has been streamed will be posted there. Members of the group can share their own stuff. And we also share references, any good materials for writing or any other creative processes. Yeah, we're all very friendly there, so you are definitely more than welcome to join. I post when I'm going to be streaming there, which is generally Wednesday and Sunday at it was 6 before. I might move it up to 5, just for for I know Luma, you're 4 hours ahead of me, so yeah. But yeah, you are definitely more than welcome to join there. We would be happy to have you. I am almost done with this commission. I just gotta color the lines. The invite is invalid. Okay, let me resend a link just a second here. And here's a link. So that link should that should work. Okay, perfect. I just saw that you popped in. So welcome to the Discord group, Echo. We are definitely happy to have you. And you are absolutely more than welcome to share any pictures, or if you have any links to like good art references or any cool programs or videos or anything like that, you are encouraged to share those if you would like to. And again, if you have any questions, you can definitely ask, and if I can't answer, I can guarantee somebody in the group who has the answer will definitely share with you. So it's we're a very chill group. I am trying to keep it very chill, so very no stress or anything like that. Of course, sir, if there's any problems, you can notify me or the moderator, who is labeled under the Boss Ghosties section. That is our mod, who is currently not in stream, but usually is. But if you are going to bed, I hope you sleep well and have a wonderful week. And thank you for joining the stream. It was definitely fun having you here. I'm still not over the fact that December's already almost over. That's crazy to me. What do you mean it's almost January and that we're going to be starting a new year again? Make it stop. Oh, sweet. Oh, those are cool. Echo, you have some really nice art. And I've actually never heard of the Gartic phone. So I'm gonna have to look into that, because that's really, really cool. That, like, legitimately, that is a really cool. And I love that you drew a rat. I am very fond of rats. We currently have a pet rat. Her name is Tot, and she's very cute. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna definitely be looking into that then. So thank you for showing that, because those are fantastic, actually. She did. We used to have we actually had 4 rats, and unfortunately Tot is the last remaining of the 4. The others passed away due to old age, and she's not exactly far behind them, but she's still going strong despite her age. So she's a very good girl, and I call her Toddy Toddy Nice and Spotty, and she loves her apples and her grapes. She's a very sweet rat. You have 7 rats, right? Oh, that's amazing. If you ever want to share pictures of them, I definitely encourage it because I love rats, and I'm not the only one in the group who does. So you are absolutely more than welcome to share pictures of them, because I will. You have 23 pets total. You know, we used to have a lot of pets as well. If we include the koi, we had over 40 at one point, which that was definitely an experience. We've had all kinds of animals. So if you want to share pet pictures, we do have a section in the group for that. Under sharing, there is a pets channel, and you are definitely welcome to send any pictures of your pets there, and I would love to see them, because it's really cool meeting somebody who also has a lot of pets. You don't see a lot of that, so I'm very excited to meet somebody else who has also experienced that. Oh, okay, I see. So it's kind of like telephone, but with art. That sounds like fun. That would be fun. We'll definitely have to do that. Yeah, thank you, Luma, for saying that. It was honestly a matter of time, because, you know, they do get old, and you know, it's once it hits their time, you know, there's unfortunately not a lot you can do about that, and I do miss them, but they you know, they're at least not suffering anymore. They were very spoiled, though. All the rats that we've had over the years have been very spoiled. And I cannot tell you how happy it makes me when I can get them to boggle. Which, if you're not familiar with that term, Luma, it's a behavior that rats exhibit when they're very, very happy, and it basically their eyes kind of bug in and out, and it's a sign of happiness. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I completely get it, Echo. I definitely did not. I was not offended by that question at all, and we are very familiar with the fact that rats are very social animals. So we did adopt siblings. So we had 2 girls and we had 2 boys. The boys were in one really big cage, and then the girls were in another really big cage. And so that they had each other, and then, you know, we play with them and spoil them and get them treats. They love their fruits, especially. They love apples and cucumbers and cantaloupe. And they weren't very big on strawberries for some reason, but they liked the others. Aw. Rats are just so much fun. They're such great animals, and so many people do not understand how great they are. A lot of people hate them, and they say how they're like, oh, they're really gross and they're dirty, and they're really not. You can litter box train them. They're very smart, and very, very, very good animals.
Nana,
What?
which one is the good animal?
I was telling my friends that I like about rats. I love rat kisses. I love Tot likes she'll grab onto my face and then she likes to give me kisses. And I love when they hold your finger with their little tiny hands. Their little tiny hands are so cute and I love them so much. They're so much fun. Rats are just great. I love them and their cute little faces. And so our rats were Dumbo rats. Are yours like the standard fancy rats, or are they like Dumbos or? So I was told that our rats were fawn colored, so they were like the light blonde color. But I'm not super familiar with like the technical names. It was more, this one is tan and spotty and I love her. But I was told they are fawn colored, so except for Hobbs was black. Well, he was more of a dark brown than a black. But he was dark brown and white, and he had a really cool, like, almost lightning bolt going across his face that was white, and he was very cool. Hobbs was a good boy. There was Calvin and Hobbs were the two boys, and then Tater and Tot were the two girls. And they were named Tater and Tot because their dad's name was Potato. And I wanted potato-related names, so I named them Tater and Tot. Oh, you have Curly. So you have Rex. They have Rex Jean. Aww, that's adorable. One of our last rats. We had two rats prior to these four, and one of them was a Dumbo, one of them was not. They were actually supposed to be feeders, and my coworker who had bred them to be feeders ended up giving them to us, and that was Remy and Emile. They were half siblings. What?
Tot is in the box.
Okay.
I don't know how to eat that.
White with a black broken stripe. Oh, that's cool. I love when rats have fun markings. Tot's got a little white spot in the middle of her forehead, and it's adorable. Honestly, the black and gray hooded. That's adorable. Dumbo rats are adorable, and I love that their ears just kind of sit lower on their head. And it just makes them look cuter for some reason. They're just so adorable, and I love them. A fawn cat. Okay, yeah, that's kind of like how Tot is. It's mainly just like her head and a little bit of her shoulders are colored, and the rest of her is white. Though she's got a couple tan spots on her back. Rats are definitely an underappreciated animal. They're just so great. I do miss Remy and Emil though, because they were very, very excellent rats, and Emil was my cuddle buddy. He was a very good cuddle buddy, and I do miss him. Yeah, the last two rats that we had, the ones that were supposed to be feeders, I named them Remy. We got first, and then we got Emil, and they were half siblings, and they were so sweet. They were very, very playful, and Emil really liked to be held and pet. He would boggle all the time. He loved being pet, and I could get him to boggle so easily. Sometimes if you have a good incentive, staying up till 4 or after is easier than you think. I mean, I know you're asking Echo, but I can stay up pretty late if I have the right things. Nate, Comet, Black Hole, Luna, Elara, Atlas, and those are great names. I love those names. Those are fantastic. It's kind of funny that one of them is named Luna because one of our dogs is named Luna. I mostly named her Luna because she has very bright blue, almost white eyes. But those names are absolutely fantastic. You have a wonderful naming sense. I'm so glad there's another person in the group who loves rats. That makes me very happy. They're so underappreciated. That is honestly fantastic. I love that you went for a space theme for them. That is just great. That's so fun. I love that. Got a space theme, and then there's Nate. Nate going against the theme, but that's okay. Yeah, we are definitely a rat-friendly group. Cause I know Easy likes when I share pictures of the rats, so you are absolutely more than welcome to share pictures if you would ever like to, because rats are great, and everybody needs to see how great your rats are, because they are clearly excellent rats. One day the world will understand how great rats really are. That's cool that you rescued them, though. It's always good to rescue a pet. The last rats that we had were not rescues, but Remy and Emil were rescues. and they were very, very sweet rats. Very friendly. They loved anybody. I don't think there was anybody that they didn't like. It was so easy to cuddle them and give them little screeches. You know, that valid, Echo. That is so valid. I hope that you don't have like work or anything tomorrow that this is gonna like mess with your schedule or something. I mean, because like right now I am unemployed, so like I don't have to worry about if I stay up late, but I would totally understand if that was an issue though. Okay. Alright, well, you know, at least if you don't have anything like going on, then you can at least make up the sleep. But I totally get what you're saying though. If I have something that gets my brain going, oh, I can go all night. I can read or write or draw or whatever. If my brain is stimulated enough, I will. There's gonna be some things going on. I know ADHD and autism aren't exactly the same, but they do have some very similar characteristics. And boy, the hyperfocus thing I absolutely can relate to, because if my brain is getting stimulated the right way with something, I'm gonna be doing that for the next long time without stopping. That is very valid, Echo. Absolutely valid. And mad respect for that, because you obviously are taking very good care of your rats, and I'm sure that your rats are very happy with you. They are living a good life. Oh, you make your own food for them. Man, they are getting the top tier gourmet stuff then. We like to give ours lots of fruit and the veggies that they like. Recently learned that Tot likes green beans. So she has gotten to enjoy that, and definitely glad that she enjoys her noms. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, that's still really cool though, because then you can at least, like, since you're making it yourself, you can ensure that there's nothing going in there that isn't supposed to be. So like that's really cool, actually. Because like sometimes you hear about recalls because there's like contamination or whatever. Which luckily we haven't had that issue with our rat food, but I always kind of worry. You just never know. So usually I stop at 9, which would be in about 21 minutes. For tonight, I am probably gonna go until I finish this commission, which I'm just coloring the lines at this point, and then I'll be done. But since this is kind of on the more intricate side, it's going a little longer. So aiming probably for 9, but there's a small chance it might go a little over that. Just because there's a lot of a lot of details on this one, so it'll be just enough that I might push it over a little past 9, but if it does, it probably won't be like super late or anything. Yeah, probably, because I don't really have I don't have work right now, so I can get away with doing it a little longer. Plus, since this is for a commission, I do like to have the whole thing recorded if possible. Just that way, like, since Amy wasn't able to come to the stream and this is her commission, this does allow for her to see it being worked on when she has a chance, and it'll be uploaded to YouTube. Didn't mean to do that. But it'll be uploaded to YouTube probably later tonight or maybe Wednesday, depending on how the upload goes. But 24-hour stream win. I mean, I don't know if I would have the energy for that, but I mean, like, maybe if I had a lot of commissions or something, but I don't see that happening particularly anytime soon. I mean, it would be nice, but also with the way my brain is, I don't know if my brain could handle a 24-hour stream. Because it does some weird things sometimes. Brain don't want to work. Yeah, it doesn't always want to cooperate with me, and I have arguments with my brain at times. I argue with my brain. Why are you not letting me do this? I don't feel like it. It just be like that sometimes. My brain is not always cooperative when I want it to be, and yes, it does get a little frustrating. I do get frustrated with my brain not doing what I want it to, so that's why, like, if you ever see a delay in like my comics or something, I guarantee it's because my brain is going, yeah, we're not doing this today, and I'm like, but we need to work on it, and my brain's like, nope, not today. It's like, why are you like this? My brain doesn't want to cooperate because it's a dumb brain. Sleep well, Echo. Have a wonderful rest of your night and a good week. I look forward to seeing what you send in Discord. Thank you, Echo. Take care. Oh, hey Jello. you just missed. We had a very fun person who was actually here from a raid, and they are a big fan of rats as well, and they have a pretty big group of pets like we did at my house at one point, and that was a lot of fun actually. It's very nice meeting somebody else who has also had a good number of pets. So that was cool. Makes me very happy. Yeah, yeah, seriously, no worries, Jello. I'm glad you can make it at all, and glad to have you here. I'm working on a commission for Amy, and pretty much just doing the last parts of it, which is the line art colors. And yeah, since this is pretty much the end part of it, and I don't have a ton left to do on the line art, I'm gonna continue the stream until I finish the line art, which shouldn't take too long. But yeah, that's what's going on tonight, and just kind of a chill stream as usual. How's it going for you though, Jello? I haven't really heard much from you today, so just kind of curious. Today was a lot. Alrighty. Was it like a good thing, or? An okay, well, I mean, I'm glad it's not a bad thing, but like, I'm still sorry to hear that it wasn't like a great thing. I get that. I totally get that. Well, I'm happy that it wasn't a bad thing, but today was a day, that is for sure. I mean, Jello already got ranted at by me yesterday, or well, last night, but... Oh, it's snowing? Oh, I bet. I know here, if it snows, well, if it were to snow here, people would lose their minds. People don't even know how to drive in the rain here for the most part, so snow would not be a great thing. Yeah, we don't really get snow where I'm at. It did once. Well, like once when I was in 8th grade, and everybody flipped because where I am, we don't get snow. It was very much a fluke, and then it snowed a little tiny bit again years later, and obviously it didn't like stay or any like it melted very quickly, but the fact that it snowed here was enough to be kind of a crazy thing that people flipped out over, because you don't get snow here usually. Usually it's up in the mountains, not down here. Well, like your work hours, or that's a good question. Because I guess it's kind of like is it gonna affect people coming into work? Which I mean, I imagine it would, because it'd be like that, especially if the roads get icy. That is not good. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that yeah, I could see that. I guess it would depend on how much you guys were to end up getting. So sometimes what happens, Luma, is like I've had very similar things. It just kind of, it's like an earworm. It just gets stuck in your brain for a while. I'd say that's pretty normal. It kind of it just kind of gets ingrained in your mind, and so I would say that's normal, because I have definitely had that happen before. So yeah, if you hear something a lot for an extended period of time, you are very likely to have that stuck in your head. Like, no lie. It happens to me a lot, so you're definitely not alone in that regard. Okay, so I just need to do that. Oh yeah, yeah. No, there's certain commercials that are, yeah, they're not leaving your brain for a while just because it's an earworm. It's gonna get stuck in there. Yeah. There have been videos that Dom watched, and I'm like, it gets stuck in my head because of how annoying the voices or video or whatever is, and I'm just like, oh my god, make it stop. Yeah, for real. And next time, can you make a jingle for an ad that isn't so annoying? Because, my goodness, my dude, that is awful. that that is very fortunate, Luma. You don't have to deal with all the annoying commercials because yeah, there's some pretty bad ones out there that get played, and it's like, oh my gosh, who approved this? Yeah, seriously, fewer commercials would be great. Thank you. Well, I mean, for some it does, but I don't have to deal with that. Wink, wink. Ooh, that was ugly. That's fair. Yeah, that absolutely fair. Yeah, I have noticed that there's a lot more commercials that they don't let you skip it. Helps if I actually save it with a transparent background. Alrighty, so I have finished the commissions, so I will probably end the stream here, and it is 8:58, so pretty much nailed the finish time, anyways. So I Jello, since you came a little late, I am thinking about moving my streams an hour earlier, just because I have Luma is 4 hours ahead, so that might be a little easier on them, and Echo is I believe 7 hours ahead. So they are. I mean, it 1 hour isn't going to make too much of a difference for them, but still. But might move streams to 5 p.m. And see how that goes. But yeah. But other than that, thank you everybody for joining. The surprise raid earlier was really nice, so I definitely appreciate that. And I got 2 new follows, and very excited about that. So two more steps closer to affiliate. But other than that, you all have a wonderful night, and I hope that you guys have a good week. And I will be sharing this on the Discord group for everybody to look at. And yeah, so you guys take care and have a wonderful rest of the night.